You know that feeling when a single comment ruins your entire day?
Hey, you can't park there!
In that moment, you are a remote control. You've handed the volume and power buttons of your life to a stranger in traffic or a bitter co-worker. But what if I told you that most of that anger is actually a chemical illusion? What if you could become the person who remains calm in the center of a storm? Not because you're numbing yourself, but because you've mastered a specific set of psychological and neurological laws. Today we're going to learn how to be unbothered, so make sure to hit the like and subscribe button to support this channel. When you get triggered, your body floods with stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline. Here's the truth. Neurologically, these chemicals naturally flush from your system in exactly 90 seconds. If you are still angry after 2 minutes, it's because you are feeding the fire. It's like having a smoke alarm go off because you burnt your toast. And instead of opening a window to let the smoke out, you keep making more toast. Every time you think, "What an idiot," or "How dare they," you're putting another slice of bread in the toaster. The technique. Next time someone cuts you off, notice the physical flush. Feel your heart rate spike. Count to 90. Don't let your brain make stories. Let the chemicals wash away. When you understand this rule, you realize you have a choice point. You can let the flush happen naturally, or you can keep the anger alive for hours. The core concept. Buttons only work when they are connected to something. This implies you're a helpless machine. But people don't have magical powers over your emotions. Those buttons are actually unhealed wounds or values violations from your past. The shift. When someone's behavior sets you off, instead of reacting, pause and ask, what is this really about? Does this remind you of a critical parent? Does it hit a fear of being seen as not enough? Suddenly, that co-worker isn't an enemy anymore. They are a mirror. They are showing you exactly where you still need healing. When you stop being a remote control, you become the operator. Consider your biggest trigger person. What they trigger in you has almost nothing to do with them and everything to do with you. The core concept. Anger is a spokesperson for vulnerability. Anger is the emotional equivalent of a security guard. It shows up to protect more fragile feelings, like hurt, fear, or shame. Anger feels powerful, whereas vulnerability feels weak. So, your brain chooses anger. The example. Your partner forgets your anniversary. You explode. But underneath that security guard is a small voice asking, do I even matter to you? When you learn to identify the emotion underneath the anger, the dynamic changes. Addressing the hurt, I felt forgotten, creates connection. Expressing the anger, you never remember anything, creates distance. Vulnerability heals, anger just burns bridges. The core concept. You are the sky, not the weather. Most people fail because of emotional turbulence. They let fear and doubt derail their long-term goals. To combat this, you must activate the observer self. Inside you is a part that can watch your emotions without becoming them. The reactor says, I am angry. The observer says, I notice a feeling of anger arising in my chest. When you create that distance, you gain emotional immunity. You can watch the storm clouds pass through your mind without letting them rain on your parade. This is mindful indifference. It's not apathy, it's prioritization. It's asking, will this matter in 5 years? If not, why am I giving it 5 minutes of my peace? The core concept. Difficult people are your personal trainers. What if difficult people aren't obstacles? What if they are emotional personal trainers? That critical boss? They are training your resilience muscle. That passive-aggressive neighbor? They are developing your boundary-setting skills. A physical trainer puts you through uncomfortable exercises to make you stronger. Emotional trainers do the same. When your micromanaging boss sends their 15th email, don't think they don't trust me. Think, this is a great chance to practice staying calm under pressure. This shift moves you from being a victim to being a student. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to level up. The idea, protecting the peace without building a fortress. Boundaries aren't walls, they are gates. You are the gatekeeper. A healthy boundary sounds like, I understand you're frustrated, but I don't respond well to yelling. Let's talk when we're both calm. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is a strategic retreat. This isn't running away, it's wisdom. In a world of noise, silence is a weapon. Most people talk to fill space or seek validation. The unbothered person uses silence. When someone insults you, stay silent. Let them sit in the discomfort of their own words. Silence creates leverage. It makes you a mystery, and in that mystery lies your strength. Real power doesn't need an audience. The loudest people are often the weakest because they are desperate for approval. If you want to be truly unbothered, stop announcing your plans. Stop explaining yourself to everyone. Success is built through action. When you work in silence, no one sees you coming. By the time they notice, it's too late. You've already won. The person who never gets rattled isn't born different. They have simply practiced these skills until they became automatic. The challenge. Pick one technique for the next 7 days. Maybe it's the 90-second rule. Maybe it's the observer self. Small, consistent changes create massive transformation. Think about who you will be when difficult people no longer have power over your peace. That version of you is waiting. If you found value in this blueprint, hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to reclaim their peace. Remember, your mind is your kingdom. Don't let anyone live there rent-free. See you in the next one.